Greetings to all in creation. This is Aurora, I'm the new creation. Whoa! And I'm here at the Oaks under an oak tree for this energy update of the night of February 16, 2022, under a full moon, astrally speaking. So we have a really exquisite news for all in creation today, everyone. As you all know, I am still ongoing with my healing the island, hook that I took, not really knowing how deep and deranged this went. So, as we are plowing through, etherically mixing with physical, now that we have found the actual thorns in the back of the being that needed reciprocity and healing, that invited me back to Hilton Head under that galactically guided, contract, which was spoken by his mouth, and it just tracked with my teams, and we just came back to heal the island. And so there was just two horn formations in his back, made of like just poison pus, like coming from, betrayal and guilt energies and whatever was stacked up over in the back for a reason of the ongoing betrayal to me for years now, and the fact that every time I go there and I don't, drink their juice, because when they sit in front of me and they have their eyes wide open and they're staring into my soul, my eyes, visualizing maybe, whatever they're imagining, fantasizing, or however they're succubusing, incubusing me with whoever else is watching on camera. And then soon as I leave, they have the what they call in their language, because of the patriarch cabal, beehive, a spell work situation. Because now, if you all still don't know, but even all the fauna and flora, everything, you're all under a spell. You're all on a tangent right now. So it keeps coming and telling me about that every day, and I have to handle it. So with the beehive situation, they have the queen bee, and then the masculines in the beehive, they just use them to assist themselves make the honey, and then they send them out. All the males go to meet the queen, and they all smack her down the same night, and then, she lays the eggs for the next and the next. And then they have, on the sidelines, wannabe mock queens that they also feed in the beehive. And then that's what I'm dealing with now on the south end, the programming, or whatever you might refer to as the man who hosted all the bees on his body with a queen on his head, as part of one of his spiritual, getting out of Anunnaki reptilian ego mindset, which is not complete yet. So in these terms, the ongoing energies now, soon as I leave, they bring in, the Amber and the Christine, that both feed off of my soul that entered their eyes, and then, they're eating in front of me. That's why I'm so bothered every time I go sit at a bar or a restaurant, because I know these things are happening. People just prey on me, like they drink me alive, and they eat, and then they just come in someone's mouth, and then the someone, and then they don't do nothing. The someone's besides spy on me, and then stand up and start to, right back in my face. All of the anger that goes through the mouth of whatever guy is gonna have to do to that be just a simple, sperm donor. Like, that's rape, basically, was what it is. So this whole storyline is based on ridicule. So, I had to, take care of the wounds on the back, and then do all the necessary work. And, on my way back to the island, what happened that was magnificent, magnanimously stunning. I mean, it was a staged situation where they had a couple cars, like an accident, and then the cop car like in front, but then nothing was wrong with the cars. There's like a red car and a blue car, and then the white car with the car, whatever. And then the cop took his window down, and literally I've been working, I call their numbers, and I know them in person by now, and I know them all from Beaufort, and every magistrate and every lawyer and every banker. I know everyone. So, when they open the window, I go, hi, and then it's Partridge, and then when it's Partridge, it's probably for the Dimata Brawi situation thing. So he looked at me, he's like, you know, are you going to get in trouble? I was like, what do you mean? I'm on mission. I don't know what you're talking about. And then he's like, well, why don't you just cross like over there? I was like, okay, that's kind of him. And then long story short, after that event, they're like, well, I'm going to come and get you or something along these lines. Meaning that all that means to creation is that now with the whole, cop versus civilians, whatever, and all the work and the session works, because believe me, like I gave the session to Aaron all the way from this to Beaufort. Now it was boring to him, but I'm certain that none of them would have even imagined me entering the facility and going Aurora Rainbow Morning, and then they shut the star out just to like remove Morning Star to like have it like dawn, morning dawn, to return me to that octave so that they, a force enslaving, which I won't do. As I said, I am completely deconstructing timelines, and maybe that is viewed as trouble, which I do proliferate symbiotically in a fashion of reassuring you that my work, and I will keep on plowing until the end, because I will not give up any power at this point. I will not. So I completely now understand also the whole thing. Like if you eat out, it's the Russ. So if I eat in this house, it's the, Steve. And then, the confusion of them having already done these games on me without knowing any spiritual laws. Meaning when Russell comes to me and tells me, hi, my name is Stephen Thompson, and then I'm calling him Steve in bed. Like, this is very deep stuff, like this is really deep spiritual messes with soul. And I was not part of none of this. This was done all without my divine counsel. I was never, ever, ever at any table when all these decisions were made on my behalf. I would have told you all day one that it is not going to ever give what you presuppose it will, because you truly don't know what you're dealing with, or me, or the Galactic Confederates, or any laws per se of the Confederation, because your federal laws are nothing to do with heaven laws. In heaven, everything has an actual price, but real, not on the tangent world. So now how I will re-enter the illusion is never going to happen. Never. I cannot enter the illusion. I cannot manifest on top of broken foundations and falsified foundations. I cannot. I am super sharp, super precise. I hold the reins since the day I was born, and I do surrender, but it's a test, because my power is mine and no one has the consent or consensus to mess with it. Now, by the moment I concretize and the Galactic Confederate flag uniting all in creation, and the new, prior to ideas and thoughts and manifestations of form and carbon comes, is where I'm situated. I have already won a long time ago. I'm already free. Freedom has no price. It's by grace through faith, period, the end. And I'm Aurora. That's all. The rest, I'm not super sure. And about face, I'll take care of that at a later moment though. So, any black magic now being pronounced against any other 144,000 Earth surface or 200,000 Earth central, any manipulation, any, animal sacrifice or human sacrifice, any moon magic, any of that BS is now completely canceled. Back at sender billionfold. Anything still being hidden from me, any graveyard spells or whatever else, incantation, spell work, blah, 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 whatever spell work, whatever it is, trying to keep me trapped in anything is now totally canceled. Mwah.